What is justice? What would it look like to live in a truly just society? Should forgiveness play a role, and if so, to what extent? Helping me answer these questions is Layli-Miller Muro, founder and director of the Tahirih Justice Center. Layli, what is justice and what purpose should it serve, both individually and on a societal level?
Justice throughout humanity's history, I think, has taken different forms at different times. And we have come to see it as an objective towards punishment or consequence, where people feel like justice is done if there's punishment. But what we're realizing is that that's only half of what justice really should be. And the moment of punishment is a helpful moment of consequence that then allows for protection, for the release from fear. But we don't have true justice unless we continue that process towards mutual understanding, reconciliation, concrete changes that can lead towards unity and the recognition of our ultimate oneness as a humanity.
Restorative approaches to justice encourage dialogue between parties and seek reparation, transformation, and change. Would you say that there's a difference between how we respond or deal with justice on a societal level through formal institutions and how we deal with it interpersonally?
And many people have a hard time reconciling, how can I be a zealous advocate for justice and allow my heart to forgive? I don't think those two things are opposite to each other. They can exist at the same time. And so the justice systems that have been most successful, and we've seen this throughout the world, are the ones where the persecution of crime is for the benefit of society. It's for the benefit of the whole. It's to prevent an individual from continuing to harm, continuing to be violent. And the interest is in society. And so the prosecution of it, it's not emotional, it's not personal, it's not vengeful, it's not resentful. It's a natural consequence that's necessary to protect society. The individual victim, if they want, can forgive. They don't have to hold on to a desire for revenge or retribution or anger in order for justice to pursue. So as a society, it's very important for us to separate out individual vengefulness and desire to see justice from society's desire to see justice. We all can be redeemed. We all can change. And if our kind of mode of justice views people as disposable, or it ends with the punishment, then we won't really transform humanity in the way that we know we need to have a just world that would be free of violence, free of oppression against women, free of racism. We want people's hearts to transform. So there's this wonderful restorative justice movement that has this holistic process that's not only about punishment, but it's also about healing, that I think has great potential for the world.
In order for healing to occur and justice to be achieved, systems have to overcome deep-seated biases. What are some of the systemic biases, challenges that exist in our societies? And what are some of the systemic biases that exist within the justice system that we need to address, and how can we address them?
You know, one of the best ways to truly have justice is to be preventative and to have preventative education and action and transformation on the core issues that lead to oppression, that lead to violence. The justice system can be a tool for fairness. It can be a tool for punishment, for restitution. It can also be a tool for the perpetuation of injustice. And so unless our institutions, our justice systems are also transformed to deal, for example, with underlying racial bias that many judges and many prosecutors have, underlying gender bias that many judges and many prosecutors have, unless we address those issues which are deep in the system and change that, we won't have a system that's fully just. I think that one of the evolutions that would be beautiful to see in the world with regard to justice is that we view it as a fundamental right rather than as something that only the privileged who understand the system, who can hire someone who understands the system, or who can win, can succeed in. If justice was truly viewed as a concept that was about finding out the truth and then the protection of society, then maybe we wouldn't condition it on whether or not somebody has money, and we would change the structures and we would change the systems in order for them to be truly accessible to all of those who face injustice.
Justice is a principle that should apply to all of us equally. Rethinking our discourses around justice is important in order for us to address the biases and challenges that exist systemically. Thank you for watching.